Hello everyone, hello. This year is dedicated to Ili Nishmas, Rachel Leah, Bas, Reb Chaim Tzvi. We're in the middle of Klal Vav in the Sefer Chafetz Chaim, where the Chafetz Chaim discusses the Isser of Kabbalas Lashon Hara, believing, accepting Lashon Hara, and we've discussed some of the details of that halacha. So here in the middle of Klal Vav, the Chafetz Chaim reviews some of the halachos of being danu kafschus, judging other people favorably. Obviously, there's a connection between Kabbalas Lashon Hara and judging people favorably, because the more we are danu kafschus, the less we're going to violate Kabbalas Lashon Hara. So here in the middle of Klal Vav, the Chafetz Chaim reviews some of these halachos. We've seen these already earlier back in Mitzvah Sasei Gimel, which we'll be reviewing Be'ez Hashem today as well. So let's begin the Chafetz Chaim, Klal Vav, Seif, Zayin, and Ches. The Chafetz Chaim writes, V'da, Tikashem shekasavnu, B'shem HaPoskim, Dibin Torah Asur Laham in Divrei Gnus, Shem Misapim Al Chavreim, Kain Hadin, Afilum Yodea Shadvarim Shesipar Lahu Emes, Ach Yesh Bem L'Tzaded L'Kan L'Kan, B'Amasapar Lo Danoso L'Kav Chov, V'Ayidei Zeh Hu Megano Oso, V'Yadua De Mitzvah L'Shomeya L'Adunoso L'Kav Schus. So the Chafetz Chaim says, aside from the Isra of Kabbalas Lashon Hara, so sometimes the speaker says something, and he's describing a story. It could be interpreted positively or negatively. The speaker is assuming it's negative and speaking Lashon Hara. So now the listener should be danu kafschus. If the listener accepts the speaker's interpretation and the listener judges the person being spoken about negatively, so then that person, the listener, is also violating this mitzvah of judging someone favorably. Va'over zeh. And if one violates this, ve'eino dano so kafschus, v'umaskim u'masapir b'genuso. If the listener agrees to the speaker's interpretation, to the negative interpretation, so then he violates. The Chafetz Chaim continues. The end of Seif Zayin. Lo dai she'over al b'tzedek t'shvara misecha. It not only has the listener violated the mitzvah saseh to judge others favorably, but also who gam ke nichlal b'shem hakabel lashon hara. That's also Kabbalas Lashon Hara. Why? Kevan adal yedei shelo danu tol l'kav schus memela nishtar b'belav divrei agnos. Since the listener did not judge the person favorably, he was makabel the negative angle. So the Chafetz Chaim points out that if a person's listening to a story and the speaker tells over a story, and it can be interpreted one of two ways, and the speaker interprets it negatively, so now the listener, if he accepts that negative interpretation, has violated the mitzvah saseh to judge others favorably, and the listener has violated Kabbalas Lashon Hara because he accepted the negative interpretation of the story. The Chafetz Chaim goes on with a detail within the halachos of judging others favorably. We saw this detail a long time ago, back in the first series, but here we go. Sifres. That's even if the speaker is discussing an average, ordinary level of an Orthodox Jew. Someone who in general is careful about avoiding it, but sometimes slips and makes a mistake. But v'kol shekain, all the more so. What if one is speaking about someone who's known to be very careful, someone who's known to be a Yarei Shamayim? Shalav shayach yoser mitzvah saseh dibitzedek shvara misecha. Regarding someone who's a Yarei Shamayim, then the mitzvah saseh applies to him even more. The mitzvah to judge someone favorably applies even more to someone who's a Yarei Elokim. Now the Chafetz Chaim doesn't give a precise definition here exactly how it applies more. That he does say back in Mitzvah Sasei Gimel, so that's what we're going to go back there and review Mitzvah Sasei Gimel, because it fits right here in Sif Ches. But if the person is Rabbi Elokim, then all the more so you have to judge him favorably. Vu over al zeh, and the listener violates it. V'danoto kafchov umasim umasaper bevadai over al lister kabbalas lashon hara. So the point of Sif Ches is that it's a kal v'chomer. In Sif Zayin, we're talking about an average, ordinary Orthodox Jew. And Sif Ches, if someone who is extra careful, someone who's a Yarei Shamayim, Yarei Elokim, a person like that, then certainly, excuse me, a person like that, certainly, if you judge the person negatively, then you violate the Isser of being, you violate the mitzvah of Danu Kafskos. The Chafetz Chaim says the mitzvah applies more